All right. Let's get this going. Waiting for this to get online. Why is the screen so washed out? It's kind of odd. I think we're going now because it's live. Boom. I don't hear anything. I guess I hear something now. All right, so we are. Let me see if I can jack this up. How come we don't hear anything? This is because it's so quiet. All right. All right. Done fiddling with that. So, virtual co-working. Let me turn this down. I am wearing headphones because I am fully planning on listening to music on these as I work. Can't stream that on at the same time because that would be a copyright violation. This is, I can give a sample, I think. Is this coming out? It's actually coming out of the speakers. All right. Is that working? All right. Just the volume here so it's not so loud in my head. There we go. All right. We are going to pull up the project work. Switching to this mode. Moving screens around. Pulling up my timesheet. Noting the time, it's 11:46. It's Thursday. Let's review what we're doing. I'm just setting up my timesheet over here in this monitor here. I don't know if that's actually visible or readable. Just feeling a little sluggish in the let's get working department. So I'm going to set a pacing timer, 15 minutes. So timers are going. High BPM chilly music is going. Got my project notebook opening. Switching to the continuity document. Reviewing what I did yesterday. This is the continuity of what's been happening. Let's see. It's a new. It's January 11th. I'll try to figure something out here. Today's 12th. Start answering some questions. We got all this working yesterday. No, wait. No, this is what we want to do. Playback recorded session. It's not exactly screen. This is display entity recording. Entity session. So this is the big thing. Implementing. This is a whole new system, or a new part of the system. I was able to record data, and now I need to be able to play it back. And this means a lot of different things. So yesterday I went to Starbucks to kind of sit there in some noisy places with other people doing other stuff. Kind of like the way I do in the virtual working room. Every once in a while I need to see actual people though, which is why I've been starting to go back to Starbucks every once in a while. Let me commence project B code. So let me force myself to read what I've written. Where in the code do I insert playback? Or save the unisys messages of a particular... Let me rewrite this as I'm going so it's clear. Unisys records selected messages to a time-stamped log format .rec file. Oh, I have to keep typing timestamp rec files in server using provided session information. Currently, there's some state we maintain. Let's rewrite these as declarative statements. Maintain state recording active is, or let's call it instead of state, condition recording active, playback active, or idle. I don't want to call it a recorder module. I guess. Actually, that's what we need to say. Recorder, playback, recorder, recorder idle. This is our state. Recorder state. Recorder playback equals recorder dot reader. True-ish. Record equals recorder writer. True-ish. Only one possible state. Time. And then finally recorder idle is equals recorder equals recorder reader and recorder writer false. Let's see. when we're talking about playback considerations, I guess I'm working now, so let me start the clock. Review design notes. Our playback considerations. In the case of playback active, we want to disable all messages. I'll just call this state handling. Handling recorder state. When playback, when non-idle, or when the recorder is non-idle, we want or actually when the recorder is in playback mode, we disable message forwarding or message processing from all networked web apps. This mode is initiated when a playback start command is issued to Unisys by the main app. Actually, I guess is issued to Unisys from anywhere, really. We're not having any security in this. It's the selected log file. Let's call it a rec file. Rec file is read and its messages are spooled. Only Unisys server commands. These are server commands. Only Unisys server commands are accepted during playback. Accepted when playback state mode. Quarter modes, let's call that, is active until they run out. Control things like network state registration and recorder manipulation. I guess logging. Only Unisys server commands are accepted. Let's make a bunch of bullet points. Is closed when an explicit playback stop server command to run out the playback stop command must be received to resume normal Unisys operation, or normal Unisys message processing. Make some statements. Let's make these bullet points. Oops. Why is this so crappy? No, it's because of the way that my formatting is working on this, isn't it? Yes. Let's make a change to the preferences file for this. I'm guessing it's probably text cell UL, text cell OL. Oops. Yep. Margin bottom. I'm just fixing the formatting so it works the way I like it. So, do we actually do it though? Yep. Let's say recorder active, all other messages ignored. All messages. The rest of the network. So we need to actually be aware of disconnects. So if Unisys active, these are my explicit notes. Dispatcher function, this is some architectural notes. I'm done with that. Okay, so I think one of the first things I need to do is be able to communicate recorder mode back to Unisys. That's a whole new subsystem. So that's a new feature. Right now, I need to review my Unisys operation. Unisys is the central module. Oh, I have to update my video listing too. This always takes so long for YouTube to process these. So I can actually see the video. Showed off my new old Dymo M55 tape writer and embossed tape labeler from the 1960s. Showed the ETP notebook, full-size notebook. Oh, my timer went off already. Didn't even hear it. Amazon talked about malleable. How do you spell malleable? Malleable? There's two L's. Malleable identity. Talked about recent thought on the malleability of my personal identity and how it may not be, how it probably isn't, an absolute as I to be discovered. That's good enough, public. What's up, Dave? So I want to go back to open up the rest of the files now. So open up Sublime Text, so bigify that. Open up source tree, and bigify that. Go back to my recorder branch. Let's do a fetch, make sure nothing's updated overnight. Right here I should check my mail too to see. Make sure that nothing pressing is happening. Some security alerts. Looks like of no importance. Word fence. Case study. Do a hard refresh. Okay. Oh, let's say the Amazon Seller Central help has been much more helpful than I thought it would be. Just doing some quick checks. Yeah, it looks like we're good. So anyway, fetching on. Looks like there's a few new things in Tal's branch. Don't need to grab that. Back to my recorder branch. Just so we know I haven't screwed something up here. And I'm going to use this piece of paper to write down the question I have. What is the question? Well, this is what I want to add a new state awareness to Unisys. The Unisys browser module as opposed to the Unisys server module. Let's call it the Unisys client module. It has a special message called register that receives feedback. It should also be receiving network state updates. Let's just look in the handler. That's probably had in, oh no, it initializes, it sets a gateway. Call sequence set gateway. Net load assets. This is where the connect is happening. It's passing our network dispatcher to it. This is a fancy connection thing. Sys network dispatcher. What's this? Um, extend network dispatcher. Actually, no, that's not how it works. The architecture is it loads the network module, and the network itself handles the connections. I think that's must be what I did. Just look at the way I'm setting up these calls. So here's all the tedious connecting code, and the message handler get on message. If it gets status. It's amazement. Packet is. So it receives the packet, it decodes the packet, it checks if we're actually active, if we're still registering, it's looking for a specific packet. Called register. A register message. Network waits for register packet. And let's look at save registration while we're at this. It receives things like some addresses. Our address and our status. That's the only time the status changes. But this is purely network status. So in our extended thing, what we want to do is look for a particular message coming from the server that has a special name. Network dispatcher. This is actually a really super important message. I should break it out. Important. Unisys dispatcher. Dispatcher has a notion of transactions. There's a protocol of the packets. The packets have a protocol that determine if a message coming back was part of an earlier transaction, the packet that went out. So I'm storing the packet in a transaction table so they get closed. This allows me to overlap messages and along with their original calling context, so the right callback gets called depending on what comes back. So this solves a lot of asynchronous problems that we have. So we can write code that we don't have to worry about the network, underlying network stuff. This is probably some of the more clever code I've ever written. But of course I've forgotten how it works. So here's a key dispatching code. Handle case when removes this link call. mdispatch. What's CR? That's the call array, I think. Just got a message from Ben. I am streaming work. So maybe if it's in the background, it will help focus you. See, I come live. So we have here do I still have audio going? Check my stats. I'm always paranoid with the microphone stopping to work. So then the mdispatch runs C array as a call array. What does this do? It's a bad name. Mdispatch is down here. What am I even breaking that out into a separate thing? No, because I call it multiple places, I think. Yeah, there's other areas that use dispatch. So what's this thing? Call object array. Let's sort of make this. Just for clarity. Call objects. So what does this do? It's calling a... Oh, you're not? What's going on? That's weird. Live. This doesn't work. No, it doesn't take to live. That's weird. How come it never shows up? Did I change the URL? What is the stream address of this? I'm just checking some things here. Oh. I guess they changed it. It used to be that that page would show when I was actually live. How do you know if I'm live or not? Let me look at the stream options. Advanced settings. Enable live chat, no slow mode. Block spam messages. Huh. How do people find this live stream? But streaming what I'm doing with my coworkers, they may feel also like working. That's the whole point of doing these. That's strange. Why isn't the live stream showing? Let's see. New visitor. Huh. Is it because... Maybe these have to be live. Do I need to do this? Save. Live control room. How do I show that it's live? Who is watching? Is it just me? I assumed everyone could just see this. Let me stop my billing clock as I look at this. Time is 12:18. Let's say we stop this at 12:15. Why does this not show? Show to see when someone is live streaming on YouTube. Search list. Live streaming. Dashboard, live streaming checklist, optional features, low latency. Maybe because I disabled the chat room. Oh well. Let's go to my live dashboard again. I don't know what's going on with this. Oops. That's all right. I thought that the live dashboard actually would. It used to show if I would go to my live page. I thought it would anyway. It takes me here. And it's not telling me crap. YouTube streaming is live on channel page. I've seen other people do this. Did I change this? I go advanced view live stream, but listener privacy, so I can't see it. Probably wouldn't let me. My live events. Oh, maybe it's this. davidsay.com. If I go to this channel. No, it's not even. This is the live channel page, but the live. I don't know. This is weird. Maybe I have to. It's unlisted. Maybe that's why. Let me change that. Yes. I don't know what's going on with that. This might explain why viewership has been so low. No one's been watching this except for one person, which is probably me or some bot. And someone mentioned today that they never catch the live announcement for some reason. They may have meant that they can't even see it. So what I'm going to do then is, let me change some settings. I'm on the other monitor right now. Stream options, advanced settings. It's unlisted now. Let's make it public. Label live chat. I don't think we need a live chat. It's captioning, embedding. Let's publish this. I don't think I'll change the current setting of what I'm doing. So I'll have to probably fix it later. All right, let me start the billing clock again. It's 12:24, but let's call it 12:30. We're adding a new recorder state to Unisys server and client. So we can effectively route messages on command. During playback, what we need to do is ignore all messages except for server control, I think. So I guess we'll see if that really is true or not. So where were we? I was down here. Let's look at my dispatch call. So we're getting call objects. I'm being obsessive about naming. So call objects. Call objects are the number of calls that are registered to this message. Enter callback, new data properties. Oh, I do actually do this. Wait, is that right? No. Okay, that's a function that I'm declaring. Oh, it does dispatch everything. This function dispatch. This is fancier than I remember it being. It actually does return all the objects, I think. Or does it? Message handler. Call object handler. This short function is surprisingly complicated. I'll make a note of this. Because it's handling an asynchronous dispatch of messages to the network, and if there are multiple registered objects for it. Oh, wait a moment. This is all local though. This isn't the network return. I need to actually look at that stuff again at some point. This is dispatching locally. Is it? The way I believe it worked. When the network this is when a network message comes in. That means that this Unisys client may have a message or several functions that are responding to it. And so what it actually does is it calls dispatch on all implementers. And then internally, it is, what's message handler? Oh, it calls a handler associated with this call object. Of which there are many. The call object has a function that gets the data and then it returns a callback. Which calls the original callback handler in the chain. It's like really... So callbacks on top of callbacks. This is why we have Unisys, so we don't have to worry about this stuff. So what happens then is the message handler itself has a callback, then it gets called. So the user level code then will have a callback invoked with its data. But there's multiple levels of callbacks that are required to make that happen. And this itself could be a callback that's originating from the network that was originally bouncing off as a... No, not as a transaction. I should rename this as local dispatch. Anyway, I forgot what I was looking at. So I'm familiarizing myself again with the way that the system is working. So what I want to receive is some kind of status update. And so I think I need to extend network dispatcher to look for a particular message. Or I could just add a call handler to it. which is probably what I'm doing, I'm guessing. Let's see, after load assets construct, we register main set. This is where our, okay, that's where we need to put it. Register special unisys control messages. That's weird. What does this do? This is main set tells us the address of the current main web app once it's registered. I think it's also set when where do they say the source is? I think it's from network. Use stepping assist network. When we lose a socket, it removes socket. We send a new net list. Move from net list. Sockets. This is probably part of some other. Where is it? On close, remove socket, remove socket. Is this an exported function? No, wait. Send this message. Who calls remove socket? Only on close we do that? I guess that makes sense. So when we receive that message, are we getting that? No, we don't explicitly tell Unisys that that's happened. That's why we actually had to check for null values, no sockets, before sending them and remove them on the fly. Probably something that can be improved. So we're ensuring the directory, dispatcher, register server, server save files. The dispatcher is doing this. Main set. App update. Okay. Let's modify this. The source. Just making notes to myself, so if I had to look at this again, there's some hints in here. Let's update this. This message is sent by step sys server. When, as soon as the main calls app ready. I think that's what it does. So when it gets app ready, it gets the message table from, yeah. I should call this app. Yeah. This is where I need that centralized types file. So fragile. It registers the message handler here. It calls main set. Checks the role that's being requested. And what's the emit message? Is that what I called it? Emit message? I think I did that because it's an event. Yeah. I guess emit was the terminology I was using then. So an ad during app ready, it emits that message. So we actually, what do we want to do again? We need to change. We need to implement something that looks like. Where was this? What was I just writing that? Here. Yeah. It's just good enough knowing that someone is working. You don't really want to hear it. Ow. It's just updating my cousin here. Tell me how useful it was for her work. Let's see. So we want to implement some messages here. So what are we going to call this message? We want to receive a I forgot to go in livestream on air. Let's see. Momentarily distracted. What are we going to call this new message? This register message. I guess we want to call it. I'm going to call it recorder state. Function data. When we receive the recorder state thing, we need to update some values here. And this is again where I want my universal type. Maybe I should just set the damn thing up. How is my universal type system going to work? In the olden days, there used to be a giant h.h file that had all this stuff in it. Let me look at my... And how will I import it? I think I'll put it at this top level step. Step types.h. Step. Step common, maybe? I'm not really using anything common in here anymore, am I? Common lib. Objects. Step objects types. Surprised I didn't do this a long time ago. I'm going to put it at the top level. All right. We're going to make a brand new... What's my 1401 module? Oops. This is my... Step types. Oh, I screwed it up. Step types. Step types. The module is types. The module will be def, I think. All right. Oops, what happened there? So that's my magical type definition. Code macro, so I don't have to type in the module structure every time. This is something that we developed at the time we were creating this application 2 or 3 years ago. There were no there were no modular JavaScript frameworks that I could find. There was, I thought they all kind of blew, but they didn't meet my needs. Play, build assets, modules, step. We're gonna call this types. Maybe I should call it defs. We'll call it all defs. Or common defs. This is why I probably should go in the common library, huh? Change my mind. Defs. Enums. We'll call it defs. Common defs. And we don't need any of this stuff. I don't think. Let's pull in X settings though. Because we might want to duplicate a few of them into one common library. Although, that means if we include settings here, we can't include defs into X settings. So that's a bad idea. We'll just do this. Types. We don't need any of this stuff. This is basically just this is a declaration of all types and types that are used in more than one place, or it will be. It will eventually. Well, not one place, one module. We already have netdefs. The other files, or the other modules that are similar. The step system. Similar are netdefs. Need to use the restroom. Okay, I'm going to take a break for a second. Let me go. I'm away for keyboard for a sec, but I'll be back soon. I return. Although I feel like I need to go back. That coffee is just running through me. Alright, I return. Looks like things didn't explode while I was gone. So apparently, like, I had marked the recording live stream as private or unlisted, and that means it doesn't show up on the listing screen. So that's probably why no one's been able to. That's probably why I haven't seen anyone watching lately. Yeah. So anyway, let me try to pull up that listing again. So I need to knock back the time clock a bit. Checking the live dashboard. I'm going to grab this URL. Oh, now it's working. The share page. Before it was like giving an unlisted URL. Yeah, okay, so that was the whole thing. Good. Problem solved. You'll make a note of this in the chat room. I had set the live stream to unlisted, which prevents it from showing on the live page. Should work now. All right, we're back. Let me knock some time off the clock. What time is it now? 12:48. Let's call it. Well, started at 12:30. It said. I think I knocked some time off before. I'll just leave this going. I was thinking about it. The problem as I was doing my other business. Var def. We essentially just want to make these definitions. going on here? Everything must line up. I wonder if this will actually work the way I hope it does. What I was going to define. Def. Unisys. I'm going to define some short declarations here. This is control messages. Record start. I don't know about this. In step Unisys, we have, I guess I should just start listing all of these messages. What are they? I'll just make a list up here. In step Unisys, we have register. We have app update. We have transact. We have recorder. And we have log. Then we have step Unisys client commands. Or let's see. I shouldn't call these commands. I should be called these registered messages. Handlers. These client registered message handlers. And according to the ones I have in this are, these are declared in construct. What happened? Main set. Quarter state. Let's see, what are we going to call this? We're going to have a Unisys. These are what? These are server. MSGS. Let's start replacing some of these things just to make sure these work. So we have step server messages, and then we want to also have a def Unisys client messages. The ones we have now are, we'll give these logical names. Main set. Well, maybe we won't give them logical names. And let's make these. We have register app, a register connection. And this is register. This will allow me to change the message protocol much easier. Client is ready. transact. Um, This is an acknowledgement. It's like it's not quite a return because a transaction can happen over several packet back and forths. So what is this? Transaction conversation. Contraction. Ongoing transition system transition. It's really a transaction. Commuting handshake. Super long. It's a shorter word for handshake. Ping pong. Transaction return. And let's see. Okay, I actually like the way this is working. All right, so we have this going. So a brand new common defs file. I should be able to load it into Unisys itself and oops, not Unisys, step Unisys. No, actually you need to put in both places. So now we're including, what do I call this? Step common defs. Is that what I called it? Yeah. Step common defs. I should call it def. Or let's call it define. I'll call it define types. Why not be explicit? I'll call it def. And then what I want to do is essentially declare these. Def uses messages. Unisys messages handled by the Unisys server. And these are Unisys messages handled by the Unisys by so that going on. Where's my command for it's cm csep. I'm re-enabling the chat. That is enabled. Okay, good. There's some additional things we need to put in here. So first I need to update this to use our actual messages. For our messages. Private messages. Common definitions. Here, clickenings. Coming out of var, we'll call it message. Unisys will be I think my use is is my away thing still up there? Sorry. Let's see now, what are we doing? So I guess we're not monitoring my own stream. So now I need to substitute uniserve register connections. And so that should be register. Oops. And that's not handled in network though. Some of these are actually higher level. Let's break this out into something else. Unisys. Messages handled by Unisys network. Server module. Def Unisys network or that control. Is it register that has it? Step unisys. No, it's not. This is handled by... This is purely socket stuff. I take it back. What happened to that? Where was I putting that? That was in this one. So there's our common net server messages. We kind of want to do the same thing in step unisys. Var equals, this is my hybrid required JS loader. Let's start replacing some of these things. So this is not now case message serve register connection. Let's see if that works. Where's the unisys register? That's on our network. Add these common defines again. Step common define types. And I'm going to copy that same little chunk of code out. Where'd it go? Define types def. So this is sending a register at some point, right? Here. If packet is... Oops, what did I say it was? Message serve register connection. The worrisome thing about this is if you mistype it, since this is not compiled, it's just going to die. I could make this a dynamic lookup. Def serve. And that would catch it on the fly. Well, I won't worry about it. Let's see if it becomes an issue. So right now I'm just replacing one message at a time, which is the network message in Unisys. It only has handled in one place. I've updated the server. Let's actually run it and see. Dev, play, build. So much junk. Shrink this down. Gulp. So I want to watch this server here. Let's see if our applications register. Fingers crossed. Oh. Helps when I ran an app. Let's run the display server. Crash! What happened? I cannot read property register connection of undefined. Message serve register connection. No! Oh. Turn F, use the server messages. This is happening crashing at step unisys. So let me just confirm some stuff up here. Message.uni is this new object, serve, define types. Use this server messages. Step common, define types. So what I call it? Step common types. Let's just console log this. See if this is actually coming out right. We'll run this. We have a discussion about running this. Let's reload this, see where we're crashing. Is it even getting that far? Uni, serve, register connection. So it does seem to exist. Client. So that's the object. So it looks valid to me. So why am I how am I screwing this up? This is probably something obvious. Case message SRV. I called it message uni. It's message uniserve. let's do it this way. Serve is equal to define types and then message cli is equal to that. Make a list of the cases you're finding. Is it the same type of error? Talking about type validation. Yeah. Display visuals are currently being handled because each one is a special case. Yep. Mm. that you were sending garbage to the server. My head is at right now. But of course, message handlers on the web apps are what you're doing. It makes sense to validate on the receiving end, and where's the implementation? Yep. It's lagged. I'm having a conversation with one of the other developers on our project. And he's watching the live stream as I am talking to him. And it's 15 seconds behind. Should also not be firing messages willy-nilly from the UI if it's in an unstable state, like on some of that stuff can help with, like updates while typing in a field, firing an event. That's my reminder check. So, okay. Where am I doing now? What am I doing? I am patching this stuff in. I think I fixed this. The message serve now is there. Let's see if that works now. If that's the case, okay, refresh. Look at the console window. I want to see if this registers. Oh no, we're getting a type def error on this side. Why are we getting this? Okay. The load access isn't completing because it's not receiving the message. Network JS 145. If end of get status. Message serve. I probably made the same error. It's equal to I should do it. No? Did I screw this up still? Why? Cannot read property of undefined WebSocket NDF get on message. What am I doing wrong here? Uni is equal to def. Unisys, we're returning this object, Unisys server messages. That should have worked. Message uni. Find. Oh. This message uni. Duh. This is where it's nice to have a real IDE that does the type checking. Alright, so that, at least that is working. What's this? That's a display server. Display client should also run. Thinks it's registering. Play template register. Display data state update main set. Okay, let's see if it actually will run. Oops. If I just run one of the display server sources. Does it update? No. Oops. Oh, I need to do the unit call. Okay, so that's the register command seems to work. That's promising. Although this did not get. Looks like the message didn't get sent. That's right, because this didn't actually fire the get thing. There's quite a bit of debugging I'll have to do for that. This was all related to the device entity stuff. Device ID, I mean. Okay, let's finish doing the type stuff. So that works. Network is updated. Unisys, we need to update the same messages. Let me make an example of the use in other modules as var message equals Let's screw this thing up here. Let's see if I can usage note here for myself. This will be helpful for other people. That's not right. This is Clyde def. This is client messages. Alright, so now it's going back here. Let's start replacing some of these other commands. Like main set now is message cli main set. Did I define both of them? Yep. I want. It's the old style. That should work. We have recorder state here. Message client. So now we should be able to update the rest of Unisys. So instead of this, let's make sure we find that correct. Where is it? Are we loading it? I thought we did. Define types, message serve, message client. So let's see if app update works. This is message serve client is ready. Here we want to do emit a message cli main set. It's updating some white space. One thing I do like about using the explicit strings is it stands out a little bit more. But save all these. The expenses, we end up duplicating these strings, and if we need to update these at some point, because we have enough messages now, that's becoming an issue of keeping them all straight. This ends up being our command reference too. So I think that's actually serves multiple roles. Alright, let's see if this thing is still working. Seemed to work. I don't know why that's showing though. It's another bug. Alright, so we had... I'm going to... Let me move this chat window to a different screen. It's a little better. Tests, yep. So we're going to replace the rest of our messages. So I need to do something that tests a transaction. That's anything that's doing a callback, I think. That's an update. Console log transaction. Oops, I scuffed that up. Save. Oh, it already crashed. I wonder if it's leaving lingering services. Oops. Oh. Nope. It's just slow. It did get a transaction. Woot. So now we need to do that on the client side as well. Oh wait, that's in net packet? Or net message. That's another inconsistency in my naming. Message transact type. We can actually now include the common defs file here. Step common defined types. Instead of type ACK, oops. This message is equal to, oh, I need to copy the rest of the stuff in there too. Let's see, let's put it here. Actually, we can define it here. No. Put it up here. How did I say it worked? Yes. Where our message is equal to this, message serve is equal to def. so now down here, transact will be replaced with this message is equal to def serve transaction return. This is, again, def serve transaction return. That's the only place now. We don't need this. This should fix everything. Uncaught type error. Why? Net message is transaction hook. Message 197. What did I screw up? This message is equal to def serve message serve. I wonder if it should just return. Why am I not just doing this? Def. Oh. Let's make some aliases. Def serve is equal to let's make some shortcuts. I'm trying to decide if this is bad or what I'm doing here is bad. I'm creating an alias here because but I'm also misnaming this message instead of def. I should do the convention I was doing before. I'm not going to do this. Learn the references. Work. Oops, what's happened here? Transaction return of undefined messages. What did I screw up now? Net message 167? Oh, because I screwed this up. This is also message. Did that not refresh? Transaction. Select game 7. Refresh. Should get another transaction. Yep. So I think that worked. slowly moving to unified message definitions. Message serve. That's this one. Oh, actually, this is a recorder is not. Nope, this is a server message. Recorder command. Okay, let's look for anything that begins with an underscore. Log. Message serve. Log command. These are not currently implemented, I believe. Socket to app registration used by def or messages connection messages. Shared with what is ready message. Step common. I think look for transact. That's a new message. These are system events. Def unisys. Event messages. Let's call these system event. What do we got here? I don't remember these. Subsystem dispatcher. Let's see. System event. What do I call this first one? Updated netlist. It's currently called event netlist. Oops, just event netlist. And we also have, looks like it's Let's call this net updated. Oh, that's subsystem dispatcher is not called by... These are not events, are they? Message... No, I guess they are. This is part of the message system. This strictly is probably not the same. No, the messages are still part of Unisys. Net socket removed. It's called net socket removed. Net socket added. Net socket added. System is system-wide messages. Event messages. Same as messages. Technically, but different use. Call these system events. Netlist update, though, is a message. These are omitted. Is there a Unisys call for omitting messages? I thought there was one. It's really the same mechanism. It's broadcast. I don't think I actually named something emit. Which maybe I should. Dev, makes sense. Let's commit to that. eventually merge then into dev. And you can pull other dev features, dev pilot, or your own branches as needed. Talking about Git branching, how to manage two people working on interrelated features, and whether or not to put that into our main dev branch or have a separate branch for it. I'm just making this up as I go along. It's my best guess. I'm hungry. What time is it? It's 2 o'clock. Let me finish this. I'm not sure if the way you define the events here is the right way to do it, because I'm seeing a discrepancy. This is kind of like we really never got into the event architecture. We needed to make some application stuff first happen before we could tell what an event was and what one wasn't. Yep. Let me remove transaction. Let's go back to where that was. What should we call this? Okay, so I've just made this netlist update. This is a pretty key event. So this would break a lot of things if it's not working. And it did. Oh, because it crashed here. Oh, where's this crashing? Netlist update of undefined. Oh, did I not save that file? Def system events. That sys equals 430. Alright, I think I don't need the music anymore. Plus it makes my ears hurt. Close that. I needed the music to get started. Now we're running this branch. See if that crash still happens. I think it was just because, yeah, because I hadn't saved that file and therefore it wasn't updated. So the netlist seems to be changing. Let's see if the way to test that would be to pull up another app, which I can do on this other machine here on the PC. Let's see, let's run another display client. And we should get a netlist edition. Oh. Well, it's connected, but register handler, display data, main set. Oops. So if I do a uni call here, all clients should update, and they did. It's kind of amazing that it works. I heard a badoop boop boop noise. I'm hungry. Yeah. That display list issue go away when you use the numeric IP address. Right. Probably didn't test it. So many things to do. I think is that all the messages? It was like 430 I was looking at. Now these we need to do. Event. Case. Net socket removed. This is now called, well, it's called net socket removed. And this is now called, oops. Net socket added. So we're checking for local events, otherwise it's just going to pass the event along. Who is calling this though? By who? Who is using subsystem dispatcher? It's 2 matches. Oh, okay, this is the network messages. Network subscribe. network directly through, so subscribe network generates its own events. Unisys, or step Unisys. It says internal step Unisys network internal votes. System cast event. Oh, let's see. Clients receive client distributed events. Okay. Actually, I like being able to document all my events in here, all my messages. If you use 127001, it will break. If you use 192.168.1.2.22 or whatever your local network, it will work. It's because the sprite textures in 3 are encoded with the domain it's launched of the web app. If you tell a remote computer on the net to load 127.0.0.1, won't work. Let's see. NetSocket removed. So we need to update. Let's just do a quick scan. I think this is probably enough. Verify that this is working. We need to just now check Unisys itself and make sure that we're using, or the Unisys client to make sure that this is understanding these events. Don't see any other references to it. Maybe a net message. We're doing it. Net message or network. Let me check the server side. Unisys network. I think we just fixed this one. Or did we? Here. We did not. So I need to pull this out of step Unisys. Let's grab, I think it's these. Let's grab these. Let's grab these. We don't need those. And then we update the subscriber functions. If there's a subscriber, NetSocket added system. socket added. And we probably have one down here. Net socket removed. Data. I think those are the only two we have. Well, there should be a net message one, or not a net message, a network update. Who's sending an event net list? Not network. I guess it's here. We already changed that one. Oh, here's one, main set. That should be message cli main set. List files. Okay, this is the system side. Where's UI bind open? Unisys itself, I might. Let's see if we can find any of these things. Main set. No, nothing found. Register. I would have thought I would have seen that. Oh, that's probably a network though. Didn't we just modify that? Where's the network? Register. Okay, new message. We do have stuff in here. We do have these defined. This probably is what gets the net list event. No, maybe not. Who is processing an event net list? Is that even being sent? Maybe it's not being sent. Or there's no... Well, I thought the net list was managing itself. There's a network object, network connect, dispatcher. Oh, maybe we're not maintaining net lists. I probably didn't implement it yet. It's because no clients are using the net list. Net list is maintained on the system side because it needs to know who's on the network. But so far, we don't have the addressing schemes put into place yet. So currently unimplemented. So if that's the case, I could be wrong about this though. We have recorder state. That's the one. This is all this work just so I can add this line basically, and just have a clean system and a way of starting to centralize some of our message types. Oh, let's get rid of these. We don't need this anymore. Oh. Okay, yeah. So the last few messages are, I want to make sure that these are being created properly. Oops, I just closed that by accident. I did. Underscore register. Nope. That's set. I think I may update that. How about transact? What's one that will be sent? Quarter? New net message. Okay, so anything time I say a new net message, that is probably where we're looking for changes. There's 13 such changes. New net message, message data. That looks alright. Net message, app update. that needs to be updated to update is message serve client is ready. What's the next one? Quarter. This is called message serve quarter. Quarter command. Filter config. This is not changing because this has to be a session. So I had updated session config earlier. Oops. Net message. There's more of these recorder commands. I guess we can just replace all of these with that. Let's look for more of these net messages. Log. Let's look for all instances of this. There's only one, which is this. This should be placed with message serve log command. This is not even used, I think. I think that updates everybody. Why isn't this screen updating though? Just 3-second delay. Again, I have to work on my app sync. Just for fun, let me see if this will work on the iPhone. In Safari, which we're not officially supporting. Say. I thought I fixed that. The menu is still broken. Now running the display client on the phone. And so it's mirroring what's going on that screen. Though I don't have it sizing intelligently. It's actually like sized completely wrong. It's because the canvas is bigger than the... Okay. So we have implemented a centralized type. So that defers. That was like a little junket. 1230 to 221. Let's call it 215. Implement common events. This is, I think, going to save the team some trouble. Common defined types. Module. Common I'm going to call it common definitions. And we'll go to 1415. And maybe I will break for lunch. Let's rename this. I'm going to rename this to definitions. No, wait, that's not where I do it. Common, rename, definitions. So now I need to update 4 of these files. Common definitions. 1. Definitions. 2. Definitions. Could call them defines, which might be more programmatic. Defines. Now let's call it definitions. It's more Englishy. Because we might have more than just types in these. This is why I'm renaming it. Definitions. I think that's everywhere it is. Let me do a find in folder. Let's make sure it's not anywhere else. Oh, it's in here. Definitions. Alright, I think this is something that's worth committing. And of course we crashed this here. So one last run test. Let's make sure this is still working. Once the thing starts going, go, 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 go. Let's refresh these things out of order. Refresh, refresh, refresh. How come these aren't updating? Oh, because it's... Yeah, that's something I need to work out. I need to work out the message protocols for a lot of these things, but I think that's something we can just clean up as the features come together. That is my hope, anyway. So everything is running there. And it's even running on this little iPhone. Ugh. Here. Now, if I go to this is the main display app, and just switch the game, the visual render buffer should update on all of them. This one seems to have lost its background, though. Oh, no, it just took a while to load. Sometimes they lag. I guess the server getting hit all at once made it jumpy. This actually works surprisingly well. This is updating at 20 frames a second, and it's sending a ton of data across the network. At some point, it might bite us in the ass. But until it does, I'm not going to worry about it. Whoa. All right, let me commit these changes, and then I will break for lunch. Take a break, then pause. This is probably going to be a really long coding day, because I feel the burn. So okay, so what are we going to call this? I'm tempted to actually break this out and commit it directly to dev. Because I think it might be the sort of thing that other people might want to use. Is there all? Everyone. Man. My message definitions. Common use across multiple modules. I'll commit it to dev in case you might want to use it. Or need a reference on existing messages. Maybe it's too early to do this. Oh, maybe it isn't. I want to... The idea is appealing. I'm finding it's helpful for right now. It affects it's only using Unisys messages and events. It's only declaring, but I will eventually move a lot more common internal definitions into this. Alright, so let's go to, can I switch to dev? Local chains will be overran. I guess I won't. What local changes? What was possibly open and used? Let's commit it here. Oh, I see why. Let me commit just... Can I choose specific? I don't want to stash all my changes. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. I guess. Oh, wait. Can I easily do this? I want to actually dev. I can't switch to the dev branch because my Unisys will overwrite it along with other things. I should just be able to stash this and apply it, but if I apply it, I don't think it'll break these. I guess we'll find out. Okay. How do I stash? Repo, stash changes. These are Unisys. Common defines. Let's just see if this works. Oops. I guess we can do that. So let's go back to dev. Close. Uncommitted changes. This doesn't have the server stuff in it. Let's branch. Dev. Actually, let's make a... Yeah, a branch. I'll make this one of my branches. Dev is common definitions. Close. Now I think I can start doing things. We want to add this definitions file. We want to also add the get ignore, I think, at some point. But I don't think it's necessary. How do I reapply my stash? Is it here? Apply stash. Don't delete it. auto merging conflict, step unisys, and unisys.js, complete with errors. Okay. How come I'm not seeing them? Here we go. Can resolve conflicts. Oops. And I had to go to a different screen. Well, you can't see what I'm doing over here. Alright, so what's different? This is the remote unisys. That's weird. Why is this not matching? Must be lower. Private system variables. We want all of this. Or we just use our copy. Let's just see what's different. Construct, sys control, we'll get this message. Actually, I don't think there's anything that needs to really be merged. We just want to copy this over. I'll just do a quick check. That's all new code that can live in it. Some changes, temporary debug switches. I should just be able to say use theirs or use mine. We'll use local or use remote rather. What's the command for that? Is it here? Choose right. No, that's the. I'll do everything. I just want to tell it to use the remote file. Maybe I quit from this. Don't resolve. Go back to source. Reload. And go back to source tree. Kill this process. We want to use resolve conflicts. Use using mine. Which side is mine? Is it mine? Theirs is the ones that are coming in. Resolve file using the version for the other side of the merge. I think so. Yeah. So there's that. And then the same thing I think with this. Let's just resolve it using the external merge tool just to make sure that it is as I think it is. And yep. Yep. Just changing a bunch of stuff. Just as there. Yeah, we'll use the remote. Don't resolve. Go back here. We want to use resolve kind of using theirs. And this looks right. But I wanted to make some edits here. First, let's make sure this thing is actually working. If it runs. And we will do our test with particles. Oops, crash, crash, crash. Can't find module step file system. That makes sense. That's because step file system does not yet exist in this build. What file is this crashing in? I wonder if this is. I probably shouldn't have done this. Where's the crash? It's a can't find module in blah 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 blah. Step units is 56. It's here. What I want to do is just get this compiled cleanly, and then I can switch back to mine. Seems to work. That seems to work too. So let's go to step unisys and remove, or unisys and remove all the extraneous commands that are actually not used, which is all this stuff, all the playback stuff. All this temporary debug stuff. Just want to clutter the commit. And who else? Step unisys also has some of this code in it too. This recorder command stuff. It's all new. And I believe I also have handlers in here for the message filter. What was it called? What was it called? Message dict? No. Message recording. Well, that's gone now, I think, because what happened to the net message stuff, though? The route message. Pretty sure I'm checking for this. Route message. Recorder. It's already a module. Why was I routing it before? It was right in route message, I thought. we're just missing. What the hell is this formatting? Let's continue. What if I broke this? Maybe I should have committed my changes first. I did save all the stashed files. Alright, what's going on? mconsole labels not defined. Step, oops, where is it? Step unisys 75. That's an odd one. Step unisys 75. Why is it? No, wait. 75. What happened to mconsole label? Did I delete it by accident? Oh, I did. This does need to go though. That's acting weird. Now we're getting a unexpected token else. Step unisys 434. Else? What the hell happened with this? $434. Looks like something was here. Oh wait, I think I know what happened. Actually, or do I know? 1, 2, 3. That got erased by accident. And 434. Else. That's odd. All right. Seems to work. Let's check. Let's see if this is working. Step unisys. All these new. That's still in there. Step. That's regular. Step dash unisys. Go back here. Oops, wrong place. Let's recommit these files. Seems to be working. We still have battery power. That's still working. That's still working. These are all system level things that shouldn't bother anyone. I don't need that message recording thing in step unisys. Oh, that's weird. That's a bug. Or is it? Where was that? That was in step unisys. I think I overwrote the default. That's weird. I don't see it now. Did I just read that wrong? Oh, that's part of the outraise. So that's correct. Okay. So register app to. Let's just comment update. That's 434. Step unisys 434. If message recording. See, that's a significant change. Let's make sure that still runs. You should actually need to trigger the recorder too. I could do it from here. Record start. Record start is not. Oh, that's because the recorder is not in here anymore. I took it out. Duh. Takes a while to load. Else, if that looks okay. And it looks like the last. I think that looks good. Let's commit this. What do we call that? Dev ds. Dev ds. Common definitions. Unisys now uses a shared step common definitions JS file on both the server and client modules. For message definitions. This will be useful as we continue to centralize internal common definitions. Reuse definitions where it makes sense to do so. Commit, close, push. Oops, did I do actually do it? I think did I push it? Push. Common definitions, okay. Now I need to make a pull request, which we will do, I guess, here. Branches. New pull request. Start centralizing of Unisys message and event string definitions. Start centralizing are now centralized in one module. We have been using hard-coded strings for our Unisys events, e.g. Select stage for Unisys. As I extend Unisys with more internal message and event strings, I find that annoying that I have to these strings and worry about the fragility that they continue to make sense. The functions have created a new module, step common definitions JS, that is can be included both in node and browser JavaScript files. So logical definitions can be used for our message, for my Unisys message. This is and events rather than the hard-coded string values. The benefit to test everything should just keep working. Changes I made are lead to Unisys core function. So it should not impact anyone else's code. I have confirmed that particle game and works with display client tests. I don't think only other apps will be affected at all. That said, well, a common place to keep internal string definitions or system level code. This is where it could go. Otherwise, for activity-based settings, you would probably want to use to continue using X settings. I hear a knockading. Strange. Not expecting anything. So tired. Need to eat foods. Oh, there's something. Oh, what is it? Alright. Commit this is the right place. Dev common definitions. Alright. So that having been done, let's go back to source tree. And I think I'll just pull it into dev. No, I should test it. Bah. Alright, so let's go cd dev test play cd build. Where is this? I need to pull up the other repo window. Let me close this one. Window, repo browser, test play, dev, or actually we want to do a fetch. Fetch for all remotes. Close. Let's pull this branch. That's my pull request branch. And see if it works. Seems to work. Why is red recorder state being registered? Oh, it is there, isn't it? Where is it? Actually, this is all. No, this is actually not the right. I need to go to test play. Where's test play? The right. I think I overcommitted something. I don't think it's critical. So I will accept the pull request on my own behalf. Hopefully I won't get yelled at. Merge pull request. Confirm merge. Oops, that's not what I want to do. cd dev play build gulp. What file is this? The letter X. This is the right project. Use this play. This is the wrong window. Let's go back to play. And now it should tell me that fetch, or that the base dev branch has been updated. And then need to pull down. And I should be able to switch to my recorder branch. Oh wait, that's without problem. I need to be able to switch to my dev branch. I should be able to pull this. We just want to pull. And it updates all these files. These are all network related stuff. And then if I go to recorder, I should be able to merge the latest dev. I want to create a commit into our current tree. We do want to do that one. There's a conflict. what we had before. Okay. And let's take a look. What's conflicting? Step unisys, common definitions. These are missing. Let's try resolving these. Or actually, I'm surprised I am seeing those, because I probably have the old div files. I wonder if I can reapply my stash. I didn't delete it because I wanted to try this. Unable to refresh index, probably because I'm in the middle of a merge. Okay, let's try resolving it the old-fashioned way. And where's all the conflicts? Looks correct. Where's the conflicts? This set handler. Struct function. Seems to be having difficulty determining struct. Register special unisys main set. I don't see a lot of changes. Oh, this is the remote. Oh, of course there's conflicts because of this. That should all get added back in. There's nothing that looks like there's really nothing wrong with this. Why is it saying that there's conflicts? Maybe we get the wrong file? Or is this being fussy? So here, okay, it doesn't know what to do with this. This needs to get it from this side. Oh, this stuff is new. Oh wait, no. This is actually, yeah, this is confused. This we need to edit manually. Alright, so what was that file again? It was step unisys.js. And, okay. Let's find all of the issues. Head. So this is new. We want this. That's odd. Actually, it look like they do a partial merge. So here, is what existed before. I thought I got rid of that. Where does this actually come from? Was it from my aborted merge? But that's not even the correct... Let's just remove it. Break default. Used by register. Let's see if that runs. Not convinced I actually got this working right. I probably shouldn't have tried that merge. I should have fixed it as is. It's running the recorder branch. Running this. Particles. Console. This is running the display client here. Let's set the date to this. That seems to be working. I don't think record start might be in here now. Yep. No message handler, register recorder though. Let's roll Unisys back. I essentially want to get this state. That's all deleted. What happened to my mouse? There it goes. That's weird. Recorder shouldn't even be executing. How is it even executing? That would be in Unisys. That's the new definitions in it. All this stuff shouldn't be in there. Not yet. This is all stashed, so I should be able to get it back. Unless I'm making a terrible mistake. Record start not defined. Anonymous. Alright, let's see. We have these changes now until we removed all this stuff. Removed the bug switches. Well, message filtering is gone too. Okay, let's commit these. This is the merge. This is common definitions for messages, event strings. as currently has used So now I should be able to apply my stash. Fingers crossed. Yes. Still another conflict. Why am I getting these conflicts? Was it an incomplete stash? Where's the conflict here? This is all new stuff. That's fine. That should all go there. Why is this deleted? I'm kind of confused. Oh, it looks like I... No, that's not right. So there's that. This needs to go here, I think. Copy. Bug switches. I'm not sure why it's indented so funny. Is it resolved? Why is it red? Is it deleted? Okay, there's one. That's marked as resolved. Let's make sure it looks right. Playback. Added all these functions. Playback start, playback stop. Added the debug switches, logging. I don't entirely trust this display. Playback, logging, other constants. Record start, record stop. It's 3:20. I'm so hungry. Oops, I didn't look at the other file yet. Excuse me. Let's resolve this one. I guess I could just resolve using mine. But I don't do a whole lot of this conflict stuff, so I think it's probably good for me just to review it manually to see what it's actually doing. So here we're adding server log. It's replacing it? That's not right. You can see why it's a conflict. Server recorder command. Did log command get overwritten? No, it's there. I guess I was smart enough to find that. And this. Else. Okay, yeah, this is a trickier change. Else, don't record right, else. Okay. Is that it? Is that the only change? Yeah, I guess so. It wasn't an easy, and it wasn't a simple merge. The rest of this looks okay. Resolve. So let's just double check this. What I want to make sure is that filter messages are just defined at the top. Where is it called? Message filters, message recording. And there should be maybe 3 instances of this for each. Okay. If record packet, service execute. Actually, why is that happening? We're already doing service execute and we're doing recording here. But why am I doing it in service execute as well? If it's not a transaction, oh, we want to skip it. So that's handling the recording. This is handling alternative logging. The other way to do this would be actually to should check recorder reader. Oh, wait a moment. What does this mean? Don't emit recorded messages? Service execute. If it's not a transaction, if message recording, if this is a recorded message, else execute the message. What? This is not correct. Oh, actually, no. What this statement says, if recording is active, message recording has strings in it, has keys, I should say. If current message is being filtered, then it would return trueish. Otherwise, this is really a logging. This is really logging. It handles it. Else, let's rename this. This is not handle logging during recording active differently. Probably should check the recorder reader and recorder writer instead. Oops. What am I going to eat? Tempted to go to the, oh wait. Alright. We're looking good. Alright, should be able to compile this now. Compiles. Let's see if we can relaunch these. This thing's still recording. We still have audio. Yep, good. So that seems to work. Let's emit our Unisys, our Unisys test call. That looks good. Let's see if we can execute a record start from this. So in the server it's saying server record messages will be recorded. Recorder, it's recording O1D1A1 test data note. .rec starting. Let us pull up another terminal window. Just make sure this is working. And go to the same folder, dev play server, so dev play build server sessions, states of matter. So it's what did it say? Today's date is it's 2017-12, and we should be seeing this file grow. How big is it now? It's 1, 2, 3. It's 50 megabytes now. Big files, big files. I wonder how big it'll get. Right now it's 1,000. It's about a megabyte a second. No wait, 1, 2, 3. 1. So now it's like 10 megabytes. It's like a megabyte a second. It looks like, or more. 1, 2, 3. It's 77 million bytes at this point. It's recording 20 frames a second. So now we're at the, how big is this file? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So it's 100 megabytes now. And this was created 1529. It's been a minute. So a minute of data, 100 megabytes. That's without logging other stuff. Huh. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to compress. It's probably not a bad idea. But again, worrying, don't want to prematurely optimize this until it's actually an issue. Alright, so let me issue a record stop. And let me try doing it from a different app. No recording in process. That's interesting. Do I have to issue it from... Alright. Yeah, I guess I had to issue it from whoever launched it. That is odd. That's because the server isn't maintaining the status. The recorder module is. It actually needs to bounce it off and synchronize with the server status. Okay, I need to make a note of that. Sync. That's the next thing to do. Sync recorder status. That's what I've been working up to the very past couple of hours. I got derailed into by defining these common strings. But I think this is good to commit. And commit dev ds recorder. What do we have that's new in this? Implement add record start recording. Glue code. I'm curious, did that undo all my work? The merged, combined, or common definitions. Build feature from dev branch. Yeah, I did that wrong. see. I want to just if I were just looking at this branch, dev ds recorder, I probably went forward and back. Common definitions. It's a mess. Well, I guess this is that's where I started. Well, this is all the dev changes. That's right, because no, I guess, this is my, yeah, this history is a little bit weird now. Should still be working, though. We should go ahead and commit this to dev. It is saving and it is playing back. Yeah, I should have just merged all my stuff in. It's just because I wanted to share this common string stuff with the other guys because I thought they could use it for their own messages. Lots of messages are being defined right now. But I think I just wasted an hour trying to be helpful. Let's see. So we're at 1415. Oops. 1415 add common definitions merge into repo dev remerge back. That was a waste of time. 1530. The next thing to do is what? Sync recorder state between server and client Unisys. This is why I centralize all the string definitions in the first place, because I anticipated having to do some work along those lines. And I could see the technical debt piling up because I keep needing common definitions for stuff, and it was bothering me how fragile that was. So anyway, I think that was actually a significant technical advance. So as much as I'm complaining about it now, it was worth doing, I think. But I need to get something to eat. I am starving. So I will come back to this like maybe in an hour or so, and we'll see how long I can go today. If we could get a good 8 hours of code in today, that would be good. Today is bread day at the bakery, but I don't think I'll be able to make it before they close. I was planning on going and trying to get some pain de mie, which might be similar to Japanese shokupan, which is a creamy, fluffy white bread that's good for making sandwiches. My sister and I were talking about Taiwanese breakfast sandwiches, and wanted to see if I could make the shokupan, or milk bread as it's sometimes called. But I think I'll just go get some sandwich meats. Maybe I can find some Portuguese buns. Those would be nice. Portuguese buns and what? I don't know, I'm hungry. I could just drink a thing of Soylent. See how that goes. Let's see what that's like. I've got 11 bottles left. This is actually good. This is like, all right, I want to keep moving. Want to keep working. I also kind of want to eat something tasty, but that rewarding, self-reward mindset also makes me fat. So 400 calories Soylent, that might, if not hit the spot, it might be an interesting character building experience. I wonder if I should, maybe these taste better when they're cold. This is room temperature right now. Alright. Here we go. Here's a bottle of Soylent 2.0. You can see the little Soylent logo. 400 kilocalories. Let me mute my, or let me go to switch to the external mic here so I can not, oops, this is sagging. So I don't have to yell into, that's not working. So I know how to use slurp into this microphone. Soylent. Am I supposed to shake this? Probably won't hurt. The last time I had this, it tasted like watery rice paste with the note of paper mache. It doesn't really taste like what you, it kind of tastes like rice. There's kind of a powdery taste to it. The note of paper mache is there, but it's not super strong. It doesn't make you want to throw up. But it took me a while to realize what the aura was. It kind of has that kind of... It does have a floury taste to it, which is powdery, I guess. But if I don't think about what this thing tastes like, I'm thinking I just like don't want to be hungry anymore. Maybe it's alright. I don't really know though. And I'm gonna belch the rest of the day. It certainly isn't rewarding, but I guess it will keep you alive. I think the mistake I'm making is I'm trying to taste it. I think tasting Soylent is not the point. The point is to hork it down and get back to work. Yeah! Right. Oh, so half an hour saved by drinking this glue food. But now, damn it, do I want a cheeseburger. Actually, maybe I do need a break. But I got this package. I want to see what's in it. I was not expecting a package today, which makes this package especially exciting. Oh, this is the other present for my sister. So my sister, knowing that I'm a huge Gilmore Girls fan, got me these pop television figures. This is Lorelai and Rory. Don't exactly look like them, but it's. I have the set, and I can put them up here with the rest of my odd toys, which is very pleasing. Thank you, Emily. I'll send you. I'll have to take them out and take pictures of them for her later. But all right, it's 5:30. It's 5:45 ish. I'm trying to think of just something else I want to do before I go back to this. That Soylent really isn't hitting the spot. I think if I was in a car and I was dying, I would drink it. I'm fighting the urge to just run out to Five Guys now and get a giant hamburger and stuff my face. What can I do to distract myself from it? This will need to do something a little bit different. So I think I'm going to stop streaming for now. In fact, I think there's a optional conference call I could attend in 15 minutes. So I will see what's up with that. I don't really want to go, but it might be useful. We'll take a nap and see how I feel about it. Take a 10-minute snooze. All right, so that's the co-working session for now. I'll probably pick it up later. We're just at the 4-hour mark. And okay, hope you're getting some work done too. Later.